Americans spend their whole lives upgrading. Bigger house, bigger fridge, bigger truck, bigger closet. Japan looked at that list and said, none of this. Not because Japan is poor, not because Japan is extreme, but because Japan made different choices. And those choices explain why Japanese homes feel calmer, lighter, and more livable, with a fraction of what you own. Today, we're looking at 10 things Americans treat as absolute necessities, things that feel as obvious as oxygen, that Japan simply decided not to adopt. And when you hear why, you might start questioning whether you actually need them either. We've got 10 items. Some will feel mild, some will genuinely surprise you. Number 5 is the one that might make you argue with me until you hear the water numbers. And number 2 is sitting in your driveway right now. Japan calls it the most visible sign of excess in American life. Stay through all 10, because at the end, I'm giving you the exact 3-question framework Japan uses to decide whether anything earns its place in a home. Let's start with the inside of your house. These first 4 are things you find in almost every American home that Japanese homes quietly just never built for. Number 10, the walk-in closet. The average American new home is built with a walk-in closet in the master bedroom. Many homes have 2. It's become so standard that a bedroom without one feels like a deal breaker. Japan builds bedrooms too, just not like that. The average Japanese home is about 1,000 square feet, roughly half the size of an American home. Walk-in closets don't exist because they can't exist. But here's what's interesting. Japan didn't compensate by stuffing furniture into the bedroom. Japan solved the problem differently. Traditional Japanese storage uses oshi-ire, deep built-in closets behind sliding shoji doors. Narrow, vertical, invisible when closed. They hold folded futons, seasonal items, and clothing without consuming floor space. The walk-in closet is a symptom of something Japan diagnosed long ago. If you need a whole room for your clothes, you probably have too many clothes. The shift, the closet doesn't make you organized. It makes you comfortable being disorganized. That's 10. Let's move somewhere you've probably used 3 times today already. Number 9, paper towels. Open your kitchen cabinet. The paper towels are there. They're always there. In American kitchens, paper towels are as standard as a sink. 89% of US households stock them regularly. And here's the number that should stop you cold. The United States accounts for roughly 38 to 50% of all paper towels consumed on Earth, the entire planet. And America is less than 5% of the world's population. Japan is not in that number. Japanese kitchens use tenugui, thin, highly absorbent cotton cloths that serve every function a paper towel does and then get washed and reused. Restaurants bring you a warm rolled cloth called oshibori before your meal. There are no paper towel dispensers on the counter, no roll holder next to the stove. And this isn't about environmentalism as a campaign. It's about a cultural discomfort with reaching for something disposable when something reusable is right there. The shift, every roll of paper towels you buy is paying for the convenience of not rinsing a cloth. That's 9. Now we're heading to the kitchen sink, and specifically, what's under it. Number 8, the in-sink garbage disposal. The in-sink garbage disposal was invented in Wisconsin in 1927. It was mass-marketed across America in the 1940s and 50s as a symbol of modern convenience. You scrape your plate into the sink, flip a switch, and the problem disappears. About half of American households have one. In Japan, they are nearly non-existent. And the reason tells you something deep about how the two cultures think about waste. Japan has strict garbage separation laws that vary by municipality. burnable waste, non-burnable waste, recyclables, collected on specific days in designated bags. Food scraps are separated, drained, and wrapped before disposal. There is no grind it and flush it. Because Japan's sewage infrastructure wasn't designed to handle that load. And beyond infrastructure, there is a philosophical objection. The disposal makes waste invisible. Japan doesn't want waste to be invisible. If you can see and handle your food waste, you think twice before generating it. Japan produces about 356 kilograms of municipal waste per person per year. The US produces nearly double that per capita. The garbage disposal isn't just an appliance. It's a permission slip to not think about what you're throwing away. The shift, convenience that hides a problem, is not actually solving it. That's 8. Now, the one that surprises people when they see it, or rather, when they don't see it. We're going to the thermostat, or rather, the place where the thermostat isn't. Number 7, whole home central HVAC. Pause here for a second, because this is the one I want you to actually sit with. In almost every American home, new construction, older homes, rentals, owned, there is a central system that heats or cools every single room simultaneously. You set one temperature, the whole house reaches it. Empty bedrooms, empty hallways, unused bathrooms, all brought to your preferred temperature, all day, every day. Japan doesn't have this. Not in houses, not in apartments. Residential central HVAC barely exists. Instead, Japan heats the room it's in. Individual wall-mounted split systems go in each room, turned on when the room is in use, off when it isn't. The kotatsu, a low table with a heater underneath and a thick blanket draped around the sides, has been warming Japanese families since the 14th century. You sit with your legs underneath it. The heat stays close to your body, not distributed across empty square footage. The Ministry of Environment in Japan promotes a winter indoor temperature of 20 degrees Celsius as the energy-saving target. Most Japanese households don't blast heat at every corner of the house. You put on a layer. You stay in the room you're using. The hallway is cold. That's fine. In the US, the idea of a cold hallway feels like deprivation. In Japan, heating a hallway you're walking through for 4 seconds feels like waste. The shift. Heating where you are isn't primitive. It's precise. That's 7. We're going outside now. And I need you to look at something you might have stopped actually seeing years ago. These next items live outside your home. And they're so embedded in American culture that they've become invisible. Japan never normalized them in the first place. Number 6, the suburban grass lawn. You probably have one, or your parents had one, or your neighbors have 5 of them. The American suburban lawn, wide, uniformly green, grass kept to a specific height, edged at the sidewalk, is so standard it's practically zoned into single-family housing culture. People spend weekends mowing it, weekday evenings watering it, significant money fertilizing it. Japan doesn't have this, not because Japanese people don't value outdoor space. Japanese gardens are among the most intentional and carefully considered in the world, but they are small, purposeful, and designed, not simply present. Here's the number I want you to sit with. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, landscape irrigation in America accounts for nearly 9 billion gallons of water per day, 1/3 of all residential water use, and up to 50% of that water is wasted through overwatering, evaporation, and runoff. 9 billion gallons a day for grass. Japan's residential philosophy has no framework for the American lawn. Your yard is not a status marker. It's not a performance for neighbors. If you have outdoor space in Japan, It earns its presence through intention: a small garden, a bamboo screen, a stone path. The shift. The American lawn is one of the most water-intensive, labor-intensive, and aesthetically mandatory conventions in housing history that Japan never adopted. That's 6. Number 5. Full-size trucks and SUVs. It's in your driveway, or your neighbor's, or both. The full-size pickup truck is America's best-selling vehicle category, not a segment leader, the overall best-selling vehicle type. The Ford F-Series has held that position for over 4 decades. In Japan, the best-selling car is the Honda N-Box. It has an engine under 660 cubic centimeters. For reference, many riding lawnmowers have larger engines. These are called K-cars, short for Keiji-dosha or light automobiles, and in 2024, they made up 38% of all new car sales in Japan. They must be no longer than 3.4 meters, shorter than many American parking spaces are wide. They receive special tax incentives, cheaper insurance, and lower highway tolls. Japan built an entire vehicle category around a simple principle: use the smallest, most efficient tool that actually does the job. If you're driving 1 or 2 people through urban streets, a 660 cubic centimeters engine does the job. You don't need 400 horsepower for a school run. The counterpoint is real. Japan has narrow roads that physically favor small cars, but the incentive structure and cultural framing reinforce small car preference even where roads allow larger vehicles. Japan chose this. The shift. The truck you need for daily life and the truck you actually need are usually 2 different trucks. That's 5. Hit like and subscribe if this is landing. I'll keep making these. And the last 5 items are the ones that change how you see a home entirely. Number 4, the clothes dryer. You do laundry. You move it to the dryer. You forget it. 2 hours later, you fold it. In Japan, you do laundry. You hang it. According to a 2023 report by the Japanese Association for Electric Home Appliances, dryer or combination washer-dryer ownership in Japan is approximately 50%. And importantly, many of those who own one seldom use the drying function, citing electricity costs and personal preference. The outdoor drying rack, the monohoshi, is a fixture of Japanese apartment life. Lines of laundry hanging from balcony poles is not a sign of poverty or inconvenience. It's a deeply ingrained routine that uses zero energy, dries clothes more gently, extending their life, and reduces household electricity consumption. The American dryer is one of the most energy-intensive appliances in a home. Japan's default is a balcony and a few hours of air. Except during high pollen season, Japan's cedar pollen allergy affects roughly 1 in 3 people, so clothes come inside then. The shift, the dryer, is a convenience. Hanging your laundry is a practice. Japan chose the practice. That's 4. We're in the final stretch, and these last 3 are the deepest. They're about how much house you need, how cold your fridge is, and the square footage you've been told to aspire to. These aren't items inside your house. They are the house, and the garage next to it, and the fridge taking up a corner of your kitchen. Number 3, the giant refrigerator. Go open your fridge right now and look in the back. Something back there has been there a while, hasn't it? The average American refrigerator is roughly 20 to 22 cubic feet, one of the largest residential fridges in the world. Japan's average refrigerator is roughly 30 to 40% smaller. This is not a coincidence, it's a philosophy. Japan's food culture centers around shun, eating what is seasonal and fresh, bought close to when it will be used. Many Japanese households shop more frequently and in smaller quantities, meaning the fridge is a short-term holding zone, not a long-term storage vault. The large American fridge enables a different behavior. Buy a lot, put it away, forget what's in the back, let it expire. Americans waste significantly more food per capita than Japan. And the size of the vessel that holds the food isn't the only cause, but it absolutely enables the habit. Japan's Matanai philosophy, a word that means something like, what a waste of something precious, makes letting food expire feel like a small moral failure, not a shrug. The shift, a smaller fridge, doesn't mean you have less food. It means you have fresher food. That's 3, 2 left, and these are the ones that explain everything else. Number 2, wall-to-wall carpet. I told you at the top that number 2 would be the one almost nobody expects. Here it is. Wall-to-wall carpet is standard in tens of millions of American bedrooms, hallways, and living rooms. It's warm, soft, and forgiving. It's also extremely difficult to clean deeply, traps allergens, dust mites, and pet dander, and requires significant machinery to maintain. Japan doesn't use wall-to-wall carpet. And when you understand why, you won't be surprised. Japan's flooring philosophy flows directly from the genkan, the entryway where shoes come off before entering the home. Once that practice is established, the floor becomes a space people actually sit, lie, and live on. Children play on it. Adults eat near it. Sleeping happens on futons laid directly on it. Under those conditions, tatami, natural woven rush grass with inherent breathability and a surface you can clean, makes much more sense than carpet that holds everything it touches. Modern Japanese floors shifted to hardwood and laminate for similar reasons. Clean, cleanable, purposeful. The connection between no shoes, clean floors, and no wall-to-wall carpet isn't a coincidence. It's a system. Each choice reinforces the others. The shift, the floor is where life happens in a Japanese home. So the floor material matters more, and carpet, by Japanese standards, is the wrong answer. That's 2. And now we've arrived at number 1. Number 1, the oversized home as default standard. The average American home is approximately 2,164 square feet. The average Japanese home is approximately 1,022 square feet. America is building homes twice as large and filling them twice as full and somehow arriving at less peace. Here's what Japan figured out that the American housing market has structurally resisted. Square footage does not equal well-being. Bigger rooms do not guarantee more joy. More bathrooms do not mean more rest. A guest bedroom no one uses isn't hospitality, it's storage. In Japan, space is expensive and scarce, so Japanese design culture was forced to optimize for function, proportion, and intentionality. Every room earns its presence. Every piece of furniture justifies itself. And the result, paradoxically, is that a 1,000 square foot Japanese home often feels more livable than a 2,500 square foot American one, not because of what's in it, because of what isn't. The Japanese concept of MA, intentional empty space, suggests that the pauses between things are as important as the things themselves. A room that is not overfilled breathes. A corridor that is not cluttered calms you. A home where you know where everything is gives you energy that an overloaded home quietly drains. Americans were sold the upgrade. Japan never bought it. The shift, the home that needs less to feel like home, is the home that already knows what it's for. Here's the framework. 3 questions, applied to anything in your home. 1. Does this thing earn its space, or does it fill it? 2. Does this exist because I need it, or because no one told me I had a choice? 3. If I were moving to a Japanese-sized home tomorrow, Would this come with me? If the answer to question 3 is no, that thing is already not serving you. You're serving it. Pick one item from this video, just one, this week, and ask those 3 questions honestly. Which of these 10 actually stopped you? Drop the number in the comments right now, 1 through 10, and tell me which one made you look around your own space differently. And if this shifted something for you, send it to one person whose home you've been inside and thought quietly that they might need to hear it.